そうしやがれ。
You don't seem too happy about that.
なにラムダ、間抜けなバトラじゃなくて私がプレイヤーだと遊んでくれないの？
Hey, he's incompetent, not a fool. There's a difference.
そんなわけないわ。ベルンと一緒に遊べて嬉しいわよ。
You're glad to do a lot of things with her.
さあさあ、遊びましょう遊びましょう。ラムダデルタ様の超ハイパーでキュートに可愛いエピソード5を一緒に遊びましょうよ。
Oh my god. Please tell me that's the official title of this episode.
一応ベアトの作った世界なのよ。
Anyone to say otherwise, I'm actually just going to disagree and say, nope, you're actually wrong. That it actually is that. That's the real title.
世界観ぶち壊しにしてないでしょうね。
Oh, she will. It's going to be absolutely fucked to hell and back.
大丈夫だってば。
It's going to be way too upbeat, probably.
私そういうのの空気は読める方なのよ。ちゃんとベアトっぽい世界観でもっと面白い物語に仕上げてみせたわ。バトラも休憩終わったら早く戻ってくるのよ。
Well, I'm taking a fucking smoke break. Be back in 10.
見逃すともったいないわよ。ベアトの秘密に迫れるようなボーナスヒントをたっぷり用意してるんだから。と見せかけてミスリード満載でますますに煙に巻く気なんだけどね。ちょっとこらバトラ、魔女の話聞いてんの？
Without answering, Battler disappeared into the darkness. After shrugging and cackling, the witches immediately started playing with the game board they had stolen from Beato. Are we gonna get into it, or are we just gonna be like, nah?
あの魔女どもにベアトのゲームは理解できるのか？
同じゲーム版を使う以上、この子にできないことはできません。
I don't doubt what they can do.
しかし、この子がやらないことはやれます。
Yeah, I assume a lot more fucked magic is gonna happen, though.
やらないこととは何だ？
They're on a whole different fucking level of magic.
チェスの道具はチェスで遊ぶために存在します。それを使ってトランプをすることはできない。しかしチェスの駒を相手に投げつけてぶつけたり、チェス盤に落書きしてみたり、そういう行為をすることも不可能ではありません。
Oh my god, is that what they're gonna do?
しかしそれはチェスに対する冒涜だから。
It would be. That would actually really fuck. That's how you. Oh, that's where you get someone pissed. That would piss me right the hell off. I would get furious.
誰もやらない。
That definitely wouldn't be chess anymore. It's a bastardization of it. It looked like Beato's eyes clouded very slightly with sadness.
ふざけやがって。
That pisses me off.
これは俺とベアトのゲームだ。他の誰にも冒涜はさせない。
At that time, gold butterflies gathered, and Ronove holding a tea set with black tea appeared.
紅茶のおかわりはいかがですか？
I'd like some cookies, if you could.
もらえるか？
かしこまりました。
Thank you. Ronove, you're the fucking best.
いかがですか？お嬢様の思考を探る旅は。
さっぱりだが楽しんでるぜ。
I enjoy talking to the equivalent of a fucking brick wall.
しかし、よろしいのですか？こちらでくつろがれていても。
Nah, it's probably fine. I mean, odds are it's fine.
あの魔女どもが勝手に進めてるゲームのことか。
ええ。先ほど紅茶をお届けに伺った時には、もう第一の番の殺人が起こり、もうじきその次の殺人も起こりそうな気配でした。
When Beotao and I were playing, the game would be paused whenever someone left their seats. However, these witches wouldn't pause that game just because I wasn't around.
ロノウェは奴らのゲームを見たのか？
一部ではございますが。
どうだった？
Ronave lifted the pot high with an elegant gesture as he poured the black tea. After finishing that, he finally said one thing. He let us hear his impression of it.
愛がありませんな。
愛ってなんだ？
That's all you need.
これは失礼。女性風に申し上げるとです。男性風に申し上げるならば、義理が通らぬと申しましょうか。
I understood what those words meant. When I met Virgilia's eyes, she shook her head slightly and stared at the floor.
上辺は大変よくお嬢様のゲームに似せていると思います。しかし根本が大きく異なっています。
それはベアとのゲームのルールに反することなのか？
いいえ、反しません。ラムダ・デルタ様はお嬢様のゲームのルールを実によく理解なされております。しかし
Battler stood up. There was no need to make Ronave say any more.
バトラク。
ロノウェ、すまない。せっかく入れてもらったけど、紅茶はいらねえぜ。
やはり参られますか。
ああ。俺たちのゲームに部外者はいらない。
Hell yeah. Fuck the outsiders. These guys weren't even here in the beginning. Because I've been loafing around about, crazier and crazier witches have been introduced. And now they're hijacked this game between me and Beatrice.
取り返さねえとな。ベアとのゲーム版は今は俺が扱ってるはずなんだ。その俺がここでぼんやりしてるわけにはいかない。
ありがとう。
You're welcome.
その言葉をこの子に聞かせてやりたかった。
きっと聞こえています。お嬢様はそれにお返事することができないだけです。
Yeah. Beato lay there silently like a living doll with dull eyes. The game board that she'd created herself had been hijacked by incomprehensible people and was being turned into a mess. If I was designated to be her opponent, then Beato must have created this game for me. I've got to take it back.
待ってろ。俺が取り返してくれ。
We get facial movement. She recognizes it. Of course, Beata didn't respond in any way. Her eyes moved even slightly. That's recognition. That's right. If she can't respond, then I have to protect it in her place.
行ってくるぜ。
Her eyes moved. That means she's at least semi-aware. Good. She's not completely brain
ア
dead.
ギリア、ロノウェ、黄金の眠り姫の面倒を頼むぜ。
はい、お任せを。
いってらっしゃい、バトラク。そしてどうかこの子のいないゲームにてこの子の何かを見つけてあげてください。もしそれを見つけることができたなら、たとえこの子が不在であっても、あなたはこの子と戦ってくれたことになる。
そうだよな。ああ、全然ダメだぜ。俺は何をやってるんだ。
Let's go. And let's take it back.
魔女ども待たせたな俺の休憩は終わりだぜ
I finished my smoke break. It was 10 minutes. When he faced the jet black heavens and yelled this, the whole world shattered as though it were made of thin glass. Then, as though it had been that way since the beginning, it transformed into the smoking room where Battler had fought Beata so many times, and which the two witches had now hijacked.
なにあんた
I was on a fucking smoke break. Move out of the way.
今頃戻ってきたの超遅すぎ
It's been 10 minutes!
もうゲームは2日目どころか大詰めも大詰めよ
Oh yeah, it did say that it was gonna reach the climax.
バトラがいつまでも来ないから私が勝手に進めちゃったわ
Christ alive, you guys play fast. Yeah, I like you even if... I like it you ever... Yeah, fuck. Yeah, like you ever even waited for me in the first place.
ゲールンはあんたよりずーっと頭が冴えてて痛快だったわよね
うるせえ
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
プレイヤーは俺だ代役の魔女どもは引っ込んでろ
別に今から参加しても構わないけどもう出番ないわよ
Get the hell out of here.
確かにだってもうクライマックスもクライマックス
Again, how fast are they playing?
これで多分ベルンが詰めたゲームセットだもの
なんだと
That was quick.
いいんじゃない最後の爪くらい見物しても
Sure.
そうねおいでなさい後ろ宮バトラもうほとんどおしまいだけど私の作ったキュートでエレガントなゲームエピソード5 End of the Golden Witch
Oh hey, I wonder if that's the title. Oh, hello. So, who's already dead? We're nowhere near the climax! Only the first 6 have died! Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it almost over. Son of a bitch, the first Twilight happened. Calm down. Christ alive. Her corpse was found in the cousin's room on the 2nd floor of the guest house. The cause of death is unknown, but her neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm her death with absolute certainty. No red required. Corpse was found in the cousin's room on the 2nd floor of the guest house. Oh, is Maria there too? Yes. But her neck was sliced. Ah, the wound. Oh, poor Maria. I really feel bad about her. His corpse was found in the guest's room on the 1st floor of the mansion. A demon stake had pierced through his back. The tip of it reached as far as his lungs. Because he was facing down on the bed, it is unthinkable that this was a suicide. God damn it, why'd Rose have to die? Genji, servant waiting room on the 1st floor of the mansion. Direct cause of death is unknown, but his neck was sliced. Her corpse was found in the cousin's room on the 2nd floor of the guest house. Her direct cause of death is unknown, but her neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. Anything on this side? No. Thank you. Fucking the climax is coming up. Bitch, shut the fuck up. It's the first Twilight. Thought they were gonna say, like, there's 5 people left. Come on. What the hell's going on here? Right now, no humans exist on this island except for those in the parlor. And with one exception, it had been shown that one of them had committed murder. And the culprit is among these people.
Oi oi. となると決定的じゃねえか。
魔女が犯人で魔法で殺人を犯したわけでない限りね。あんたなの？あんたがジョージを主人を殺したの？
Yeah, and she fucking killed her daughter. What the hell's wrong with you?
どうしてよ？どうして？私は殺していません。
Why would she kill her daughter?
私は何も。
In panic with a voice that really couldn't be called flowing, In a manner that was, to put it coldly and slightly, Natsui denied the suspicion placed upon her. However, there was no longer any way around it. She stood up, brushed back her long hair, pointed at Natsui, and said it one more time. What?
あなたが犯人です。
Who the fuck are you?
後宮夏日さん。
What? What? No. No, 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 no. I reject this. I fucking crashed. What the fuck? Another one? Holy shit. This is different. I refuse to believe Natsui did it, because Jessica's dead. And she wouldn't kill her daughter. I've already established this. No parent would kill their child without it being proof. I don't know who this bitch thinks she is, but no, I refuse. Poor Angie. Hopefully we get more 7 stakes. Oh, I'd love to have them back. It's been so long. I mean, episode 4, but it's been so long. I miss them. And how can't you like them? I still don't know who the hell this chick thinks she is. Hello? As she knocked loudly and repeatedly, Natsui yelled. Shortly after, there was a heavy clunking sound. The sound of the door to Kenzo's study unlocking could be heard. As the door opened, a heavily sweet, venomous odor flowed out. Natsui was always ashamed of how she automatically grimaced at that, even though she thought it rude to the family head. Kraus was waiting for her inside the study. Natsui flew into his arms. Aww.
落ち着きたまえ。今、南條先生が見ている。
What? With an uncertain guide, Natsui went towards the center of the study, supported by Kraus. A flashback, maybe? There was a dignified bed fitting for the Ushirimiya family head could be seen, along with Nanjo, Genji, and Kumasawa. After sighing deeply, Nanjo left the side of the bed. On the bed, Kenzo could be seen lying down sleeping. Quote, sleeping. Oh, I did right. It was, quote, sleeping. His regret was Beatrice dying? I'm sure that was a regret. I mean, to be fair, he was just your in-law. I mean, and kind of crazy. Natsui fell against the chest of Kenzo, the man who had fallen into a sleep from which he would never awaken, and sobbed.
どうかしっかり。お父様、お父様、こんな突然なんて。
Is it though? I mean, he's predicted to die for a while. I mean, not to take away from his death, but he was predicted to die. Natsui couldn't stop her tears over the death of Kenzo, whom she loved like a second father. Oh, well, I mean, could have at least acknowledged me a little bit. I didn't know they had a close relationship. Kenzo doesn't really have close relationships with anyone. So, imagine that. Kumasawa rubbed Natsui's back, consoling her. Cross slumped into his late father's favorite chair. By sitting there, he might have been immersed in the memories of his departed father. Or perhaps he thought by sitting there, he might be able to understand just a bit of the madness of Kenzo's later years, which he had never been able to understand before. And Nanjo too, just like the times when Kenzo used to sit in that chair contemplating a chess move, turned his back and looked over the outside world through a crack in the curtains.
同じ死ぬならせめて寝込んで1年後に死亡とか。もう少ししかるべき準備の猶予期間を設けてから死んで欲しかったのね。
Huh? But Nanjo had proclaimed he was going to die for like 3 months or whatever.
それは逆だ。最後の瞬間までお元気だったことを喜ぶべきです。
Oh, maybe they actually just lied about that. That he's actually been like, even like from 2 years before, he's actually been dead. If you've been preserving a body that long, that's fucked. Nanjo understood that as well. Uchirimiya Kenzo, who had risen like a comet in the business world after the war, glittered like a supernova and had died. His funeral would probably be a fantastic scale. And it would also be the ceremony marking Cross's inheritance of the headship. He would have to arrange everything as the host of the event, carry out funeral diplomacy perfectly, and make it clear that the Uchirimiya family still has an enormous influence in the political and financial spheres. As Nanjo watched Cross, he was vividly reminded of the time when Kenzo had suddenly selected as the Uchirimiya family head. The time in which Kenzo had been lost and confused. In this way, he was able to understand Cross's distress and sympathize with it. Natsui's sobs eventually subsided. Watching this and leaving Kumasawa to care for Natsui as a fellow woman, Genji returned. And as though asking what should be done, Genji lowered his head slightly.
手続き等は私と源氏さんでやろう。クラウスさんはまずは親戚の方々に連絡した方がいいでしょうな。
Yeah, that would be the good thing to do. Cross, with his hand still over his eyes, didn't respond. Perhaps even though he had known this day would come, Cross really couldn't hide his shock at how suddenly it had reached them.
私と南條先生にお任せを。旦那様はまずは奥様とご相談いただくのが。
Yeah, that probably would help. Maybe she heard that, or maybe it was a coincidence. As though responding to Genji's words, Natsui came over. Her eyes were red from crying so much. But she apparently understood the heavy responsibility that had been imposed on them even better than Kraus did.
これからはあなたが栄光ある後ろ宮家の当主です。お父様の後を立派に継いだことを内外に示しましょう。この夏日、あなたの妻として棺を並べる日までお仕えする覚悟です。
That's nice. Actually, I want to see if someone's been added or not. No. Also, no, I can't. Okay. I was going to see if I could change the text box a little. Make it a little more transparent. But whatever. Trying to encourage her husband, who was overcome with shock, Natsui lent him some reassuring words. When Cross finally lowered the hands that had been covering his face, he looked up at the ceiling with a blank expression and let out a deep, deep sigh.
どうかしっかりお父様の残したものを食い荒らそうと目論む輩が大勢いるのですよ。
She's right.
私たちはお父様の名誉と財産を守るために戦わなければなりません。それが後ろ宮家当主の最初の仕事ですよ。
分かってる。分かっているとも。
南條先生と源氏はお役所や葬儀業者への手配をお願いします。特に源氏、 お父様の葬儀にふさわしいものとなるよう特に手配を頼みますよ。
かしこまりました。
それから南條先生、お父様は病院でお亡くなりになったわけではないので、
場合によっては解剖が入るかもしれませんな。
なんとかなりませんか。
Not really.
亡くなったとはいえお父様の大切なお体です。傷をつけるなど耐えられることではありません。
気持ちはわかる。だがそういうところをきっちりすることも大切だ。それにこう言ってはなんだが。
I mean, he's from a rich family, dying overnight, shocked, you know. It's for the best.
難しい親族の方々が多いんじゃないかね。
Ava, is what you mean. Who knows where those vultures after the inheritance would try to place blame? They might start an uproar over some suspicious point regarding the cause of death, and use that to a point of contention to start some trouble. Right now, not only was it important to pay Kenzo's remains the respect they were due, but they also had to focus on solidifying the position of the new family head, Kraus.
わかりました。必要最小限にお願いします。間違ってもお父様の威厳が損なわれるようなお姿にしないように。
Natsui's really fucking taking charge here, though.
それは大丈夫だ。安心しなさい。とにかく金蔵さんのことはわしらに任せて、夏日さんはクラウスさんのそばにいてあげなさい。
It's the kind of wife I would want in this kind of situation. Jesus.
これからが大変なんだから。
わかっています。あなたもどうかしっかり。
Cross was still staring lazily at the ceiling with a befuddled expression on his face. She understood the shock and heavy responsibility. Natsui understood her husband's feelings as much as anyone.
親族への連絡は私がします。今だけは休まれてください。
Cross didn't respond. Natsui thought him to be just a bit unreliable at the moment, so she decided that she must support him. Seeing her husband like this actually stirred Natsui up, and the resolute expression rose to her face.
これから忙しくなります。今できることを始めましょう。夫はきっとお父様と二人きりで話したいこともあると思います。私たちは一度ここを退出しましょう。
そうでございますね。その時間はきっと今しか取れないでしょうから。
Being in charge of a funeral is tiring work. There's no time to shed tears. If Kraus were ever to be given time to cry for his dead father, that time would have to be right now. Everyone agreed with Kumasawa's words. Even so, Kraus continued to lazily gaze up at the ceiling and didn't respond in any way. Natsui urged the servants to go.
ジェシカにも話してきます。今やあの子が次期当主です。それにふさわしい自覚を持つようによく言い聞かせなくては。
待て。
As they each started to make their way out of the study, Cross finally spoke. They stopped walking.
はい。
待て。
はい。
Yes, I've already fucking said yes. Hadn't she already stopped walking, just like her husband had asked? But despite that, he had once again told her to wait. From those slightly weak words, Natsui understood that he was probably stopped her because he wanted to be by his side.
お前たちは下へ。
Yeah, calm down there.
私は夫と言います。何かあったらここに電話するように。
No, he's gonna say, no, don't say anything. We need to keep this a secret. It's not that he wants you by his side. Come on now.
かしこまりました。だから待てと言っている。
When Kraus suddenly raised his voice, everyone jumped and turned around. Unable to comprehend what she had done to spark her husband's wrath, Natsui ran up to him.
どうしましたあなた。私は何か失礼なことを口にしてしまいましたか。だったらお許しを。
You haven't done anything wrong. Calm down.
そうじゃない。そうじゃない。少し待て。時間をくれ。
ええ、わかっています。心を整理するためにも必要です。
Yeah, that's why we're doing it for you. So we have to get this thing moving, though. The longer we wait, the more suspicious it gets.
私たちはその時間をあなたにあげようと ここから静かに出ていくだけですよ。
だからそれを待てというのだ。いいか、誰もその場から動くな。一歩たりともだ。疲れたなら椅子にでもソファーにでも好きに座ればいい。だから何も喋らずに静かに黙って何もせずにいろ。
Okay, buddy, I guess we all grieve differently.